Hey everybody, Joe Dayano here, aka Twisted Gemini, and welcome back to Twisted Gemini TV. And I say back because it's been a month since I did a video. Reason being, I was away on vacation for a majority of April, and in the midst of the vacation, I got a little bit under the weather and didn't feel like that was the best time to shoot a video. But now I'm back, so let's get down to business. Subject of this video is the UFC for two reasons. Number one, the new news coming out of the UFC is that they're finally, with a capital F, going to do a women's flyweight division. Now, the reason why this is major news is because the UFC has the strawweight division, which is 115 pounds, and you've got a lot of women that basically kill themselves to get down to 115 pounds. You've got a lot of women at bantamweight, which I believe they probably gain a lot of weight to make the bantamweight division. So now the edict coming down from the UFC is that there will be a season of The Ultimate Fighter following the one that's on now. And anyone that's in the UFC women's divisions that can make the weight will be on the show, will be eligible to fight and win the first ever UFC Women's Flyweight Championship. So, major accomplishment for MMA in the UFC, and I'm looking forward to seeing who's going to be on the show, who the coaches are going to be, so on and so forth. Now, the other news coming out of the UFC, and honestly, folks, this has me laughing my ass off every time I read it. Basically, at the UFC's last event, Al Iaquinta knocked out Diego Sanchez. Now, that's a major accomplishment for Al because, to my recollection, no one has knocked out Diego Sanchez at all ever. Following the event, following the win, Al Iaquinta was not given a performance bonus, and that just set him off. Since then, he's basically, and even following the event, during his post-fight interview, he was a little bit, I want to say, iffy with the UFC. You know, he was less than pleased with the UFC then not getting the bonus just pushed the gas pedal down, so to speak, and he's been going ever since. He's basically been taking a dump on them, taking a dump on Dana White. One tweet that he put out, Al Iaquinta, was basically, to sum it up, him saying that workers in restaurants in Vegas don't like Dana White because he's a cheap ass when it comes to tips. Now, obviously, I think this is an attempt for Al to get released from the UFC because he's outright said on his social media account, "Release me, UFC, you sissies." You know, he's said a lot of things to piss off the UFC, that could piss off the UFC, that should piss off the UFC. Excuse me from stuttering. But so far, we haven't seen anything, heard anything from the UFC about this situation with Al Iaquinta. And I'm interested to see where this goes because, like I said, Al is not holding back. You know, like I said, he's taken a dump on the UFC's head. He's given Dana White a crap hat. He's put down Reebok. He put down what's his name? I can't think of his name right now. Sage Northcutt, that's it. Saying that Reebok is disappointed because Dana White ruined Sage Northcutt, and he being Al Iaquinta would finish the job of ruining him. And then he's gone on to say several other things. And like I said, I'm laughing my ass off. You know, on Twitter, I hit that little bell thing so that way I can know whenever Al Iaquinta puts a tweet out, just so I can sit there, read it, or stand there and read it and laugh my ass off. Because Al Iaquinta is still under contract to the UFC, folks, and he's still, like I said, shitting on him. So this to me is funny as fuck. I'm enjoying every second of it. Now, is it solely because of the performance bonus that he didn't get? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. Because, like I said, Al was a little bit testy with them following the fight where he won, that he didn't get the bonus for. And I know a lot of you might be thinking to yourselves, well, if he works for the UFC, why is he doing this? Why doesn't he just quit? The reason why he's doing it and he's, not holding back is because Al has another business. He's into realty, buying and selling houses. So he doesn't give a shit. He's shitting on them, waiting to be released, which to me, I think that's the opportunity to do like a lot of other fighters do that leave the UFC, and that's to go to Bellator. So, like I said, I'm interested to see what happens next. I'm going to follow Al on Twitter. I'm going to read every one of his tweets where he craps on the UFC and Dana White, because, once again, to be repetitive, it's funny as fuck. Reading the things that he says. Well, that's all the time for this video, folks. Thank you for watching. Leave your comments in the comments section below this video. So here's my finger pointing down. And I'll comment on them. I'll comment on everything. The good, the bad, the ugly. Say whatever you want. I'll reply to it, because that's how this YouTube thing works. That's how my YouTube thing works. You guys leave comments, I reply. And also, one other note before I sign off. I'm going to be doing another video sometime tomorrow, more than likely tomorrow night around the time that you see for this video, on WWE and on a recent happening that needs to be talked about, and I'm going to talk about it with you guys, okay? So until then, until tomorrow night, I'm Joe Diano, this is Twisted Gemini TV, and I'm signing off.